Well, it's a nice sunny day in Caneville, and we're sheltered in place here. So welcome to my kitchen.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
We're gonna make some cookies today.
That's what I promised. Yeah.
This is a recipe that my mom used to make a long time ago when I was a kid, and my young sister Dory, this was her favorite. Pineapple Raisin Cookies, and this is the actual paper that I wrote it out on. You can see the way I write. Actually, I don't write as good as like that anymore. But
and that's our niece sending us
pictures, and so we're gonna send it back to her this way. Hi, Courtney, and Greg, and the kids. At any rate, this is what we're gonna do today, and I'm gonna sing some songs while the cookies are baking. So I'm gonna hand off to you.
Okay. I get to run the heavy machinery. So the recipe calls for. And we've pre-measured this, just like TV. Okay, it calls for a cup of brown sugar, which we didn't think we had, but we were ready to make it with white sugar and just a tablespoon of molasses, but we didn't have to do that. And then it takes a half a cup of shortening or butter, which is 1 stick of butter. And we're going to cream those two items together. So let's do that.
Yeah, it looks like it's a kind of a involved process here, but that's why I'm standing so far away, so I don't get creamed myself.
Well, this splatter screen works really well to keep flour and butter and sugar from getting all over the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Or it will anyway.
All right. Now you notice that this is fairly loud, and you can probably only hear me talking, so it's my job to fill the void with something that makes sense, which is unfortunately for you.
So you cream the butter and sugar, you do that on real high speed, and let's see, so I'm going to just mix this up. Maybe you don't have to do this, they say, in a KitchenAid, but it speeds the process just a little bit. Oh, it's high speed again. It's almost ready. I'll let you see what we've got here in a minute. While we're doing that, we'll get ready for the next step. We're going to add to this 1 egg. Always crack that into a separate bowl, just in case you get a rotten egg. And then it takes a can of pineapple. This is crushed pineapple. Lucky we had that in our stores. And it requires a teaspoon of vanilla. Stop this mixer now.
See how that's doing.
We have creamed.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
We have creamed butter and sugar, so it's all mixed together there, and we scrape down the sides of the bowl here, and let's see. Then we add. I'm going to mix it a little more slowly this time. I'm going to stir in the pineapple and the juice. Pretty easy. Then we're going to add the egg. Get all the liquids in here. And a teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Probably shouldn't have measured that right over the edge like that, but I did. And if there's too much vanilla in it, that would be too bad.
It makes it more pineapple-y.
Okay, so now, I'm going to just turn this up just a little. This is all the mix. That should do it. If you take a look inside the bowl, it looks kind of gross right now. We have chunks of pineapple and well-mixed fat, butter, and sugar. And so now, I think I'm going to change to the flat blade to add the dry ingredients. So the recipe asks us to have 2 cups of sifted flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda.
Oh, wow, interesting. And then some
teaspoon
salt.
of salt.
Okay.
So I pre-measured for TV. I might not do that if I was at home.
You're going to use a flat blade?
Huh? I was going to use the flat blade on this, yeah.
See, that's why I'm here taking the picture so I
Thank
can
you.
boss people around.
Okay, so put this on and slowly, gradually add these dry ingredients, which I mixed together well.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
And yeah, it's coming together well. Now I'm going to stop and scrape the bowl one time, and then we're almost ready for baking.
Almost, but we got to add the other good stuff too, and I can do that.
We got to turn the oven on to
let's do
375
that.
degrees. So we did.
Yeah.
We have time for that.
Yeah, we do.
Besides, we're going to have a song or two while
Oh,
these
you
cookies
think?
are baking and while the oven's heating up. Can we?
Sure. I can sing
Okay.
a song. Why not?
Well, first things first. This is all mixed up here now, so I don't think I need to spin it around in the mixer anymore.
Okay,
I'm just
well-
going to take a knife and wipe all these
blade
ingredients down in here.
Then I'll add the.
Don't like to let anything go to waste.
Can
like
I
my
add the
grandma
nuts
taught
and
me.
the raisins?
Yes. Why don't you do that
I will
here?
do that here.
Just a
As soon
second.
as you get that out.
We're going to add those by
Bring
hand.
that
So let me get this mess out of the way,
All
and
right.
let me move
Oh, okay.
the
That's a
mixer
good
out
idea.
of here. This will give you the countertop.
This is the weight training part of it.
It is. This has a lock on it. Now, I have some butter on my fingers.
Oh, don't want
Not
that.
so good. It's not so good for holding a camera. So,
Okay, so what this we're gonna do? This is where we're gonna be doing all the assembly here.
we're doing a camera switch now.
And notice what I'm
Hi.
gonna be doing here. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna just wash my hands again.
Warm
Because I've been
water
touching
and
the camera and that type of thing. So this is food.
We have been self-isolating very well.
Yeah, pretty
and
good,
It's
pretty
been
good.
hard not having guests, and it's been hard not getting out and about much, but at the same time, it's been nice. We found some things to do at home.
Baking cookies.
We're baking cookies. How often do you do that when you're not sheltering in
I'll
place?
usually just go buy them. You know,
Yeah.
so.
So here we are, and
You've got some
here's our-
raisins.
yeah, and you want to scrape the sides down when you throw those raisins in there, Lee.
And what I always do is leave a little bit for the very dregs at the very end.
Okay.
And just in case we need to supercharge what batter is left with.
If it's
The good
it's
stuff.
too thick, we'll add a little more vanilla or something.
Perfect. I think it's perfect.
Put some milk or water in it, but I don't think we'll need that. So that's the recipe.
Oh,
It's
these
pretty
smell
simple.
good. These
We put
smell
that
so
recipe
good.
up on Facebook, and if we send this out by email, we'll send you the recipe by email
Now,
too.
ideally, these are cookies that are pretty moist.
Yeah.
They don't really get dry. Like sometimes chocolate chip cookies can be kind of moist, and sometimes they can be kind of dry, and they're great both ways. But, now what I'm going to do is
We've lined this. This is the modern way. The old recipe said to grease the cookie sheets, but what we're actually done is put some parchment paper on, because that makes the cookies less crispy on the edges. So Lee's gonna set up a tray of these cookies here. Just spoon them on. These cookies are kind of, maybe you've had them before. They're kind of like an applesauce cookie in a way.
Yeah.
They're kind of lumpy and very moist, as you said. If you were doing these for Christmas cookies, you wouldn't want to put them in with your sugar cookies, because the moisture in these cookies would make your sugar cookies soft and make these dry, and that's just not good. All right, so I don't know how many this recipe makes, but not a lot.
Not a lot, but I mean that helps your waistline a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. There's only us, although I did promise my neighbors I'd bring them a cookie or two. Although, hi Judy Krajecki. So are you baking cookies here alongside of us?
She
We
needs
did
some
the-
raisins too.
We did the old-fashioned neighborly thing. She saw our Facebook post here, and she said, well, I was going to make the cookies along with you, just when I told her I would drop her a couple by the door. She said, but I don't have raisins. So I had another little bag of raisins, and I dropped them over and set them on the window by her back door. So that's what neighbors do. So while Lee's doing his second tray of cookies and getting them ready, and we're waiting for the oven to warm up, I just wanted to thank you guys for giving us a little interaction and talking back a little bit to us from our first video, which we sent out. If you didn't get that, you can still find that video on our Facebook page. And soon I'm going to put it on the blog section of Lee's webpage, which is leemurdock.com. And then you'll find the menu that says What's New, and it's Notes from the Road.
Cookies.
Yeah, so let's see. From the snooping around Lee's studio, we had a quick note from Brian Finley from London, Ontario. And he said, a wonderful session, Lee, especially with the interaction with Joann. With the movement around the room, different views and close-ups, it was even better than a front row seat in a small pub concert. Thank you so much and best wishes. And we met him up at the Cuckoo's Nest coffee house up in London, Ontario.
Great coffee house there.
And then from the S.V. Dennis Sullivan, our friend Joe Ewing up in Milwaukee says, thanks for a little bit of sunshine in these trying times. Yes, I listened to the very end, and you can do more of these anytime you want. Because I did ask that in the middle of the video. Did anybody stay and listen to this till the end? So, Joe, I hope your grandkids are getting big and wonderful and that you're getting to see them sometimes. And from Jeanette and Charlie, they say, we are well. It's difficult to get out, but we hope to see you the next time you're in Ohio. Bernie Ramsden, he's a friend from Wisconsin. Thanks for the music and tour. And yes, you should do it again. Thanks and fair winds and good health. Rich and Barb Rennick say they're looking forward to seeing us pretty soon. James Mason says, thanks for this. Very welcome on this rainy day in Hart, Michigan. Enjoyed it. Now, we got some requests, Lee, so we're getting to where you're going to do some singing here. Michael Hagerman on Facebook, he suggests the Great Lakes song.
Okay.
And a guy, I don't know how to say your name, David, so I'm going to... no, you don't know how to say it either. David Hreisowicz, and he's from Batavia, but he requested a duet with me and Joann. And if you're going to get any kind of duet with me and Lee, it's going to be this. I'm not singing. Richard Shields wants something maybe from the Irish and America show, and I made a special request for a song on that. And then Linda Arndt was suggesting Safe in the Harbor, Let the Light from the Lighthouse Shine on Me. And our friends up in Wisconsin, Jim and Laurel Maple, they request, well, I told that kid 100 times, don't take the lakes for granted.
White Squall.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen today, Laurel and Jim, but that's going to happen soon. All right, well, go ahead and put them in.
All right, it's not quite up to speed.
It's not quite up to temperature, but we'll give them an extra minute, and they'll just spread a little more. Because, Lee, I think it's time for you to come over here. We're going to turn the camera around. You gave it 15 minutes?
15 minutes. I
All
gave
right.
it 15 minutes. I got to get my
Okay, so
picks on.
So here we are. We got our kitchen. This is an old farmhouse, but we actually opened up the space between the two rooms quite a few years ago, and made it into something with a little more modern feel. But our house is about 103 years old, and we love it here in Caneville. So step forward just a step when you, and that 12th string, is it in tune?
Not quite. It was.
Well, I think that you should start off with the Great Lakes song because that's a kickoff song.
Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac, and she sang for me. The water Huron rolls down to Lake Erie, falls into Ontario, and runs out to sea. The Great Lakes are a diamond on the hand of North America, a bright shining jewel on that friendship border, a freshwater highway coming down from Canada, and all along the coastline you can hear people say, sweet mother Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac, and she sang for me. The water Huron rolls down to Lake Erie, falls into Ontario, and runs out to sea. Hardy are the seamen on the ships that row the iron ore, hauling out of Thunder Bay bound to Buffalo. And hardy are fishermen, like their fathers were before. They say, bury me at sea when it's my time to go. Sweet mother Michigan, father is a failure, coming down from Mackinac and St. Marie. The water here all moves down to Lake Erie, falls into Ontario, runs out to sea. Down below the quarterdeck, old men and the fishing nets, while up on the windy bridge, young men cursing to the wind. Up and down the Windsor Straits, the wives and mothers lie awake. They pray Our Lady of the Lake, we'll bring them home again. Mother Michigan, father's a failure, coming down from Mackinac and the St. Marie. Little water Huron rolls down to Lake Erie, falls into Ontario, runs out to sea. Sweet mother Michigan, father's a failure, coming down from Mackinac and the St. Marie. Little water Huron rolls down to Lake Erie, falls into Ontario and runs out to sea. Runs out to sea. Runs out to sea. Song.
Thank you.
By Pat Daly and Shel Silverstein.
Yeah.
And that was recorded a long time ago. I learned that from Bob Gibson, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I remember Bob.
Yeah, Bob was a fabulous banjo player, 12-string guitar player. I didn't really understand that much about the 12-string until I saw Bob Gibson enthusiasts play the 12-string and inadvertently developed that technique myself. How much time we got left? Got 9 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Don't change it.
We got time for a couple of songs. Yeah.
We got time.
Yeah.
See, I always want to
wasn't
drive.
trying to stop the timer. I was trying to turn the light on. What?
I always want to try to drive. At any rate, a song by Kevin O'Donnell.
They're puffing up. Thank
About
you.
the Iron Canal.
This is my request. And Richards.
Behind the chapel in the parish of St. James lies where the worn and tangled graves with mostly Irish names. The faded flagstone monuments bear witness to a dream that 150 years ago one could have foreseen. In the young town of Chicago, on the plains of Illinois, the I&M Commission brought in desperate men and boys to have them build a great canal and share the river's flow. But when the Great Lakes waters with the Gulf of Mexico, they came from ports and Galway, from Cork and Baltimore, on the promise of more money than they'd ever known before, to carve a new beginning in the land of liberty. They waved goodbye and sailed across the sea, said bid farewell to famine, it's off to America, to work as a navigator for 90 cents a day. and hope to dig a fortune by the time they reach LaSalle on the Illinois and Michigan Canal. 10,000 Irish navvies spread out across the land, and they picked their way through the mud and clay. They moved it all by hand, while the tyrant canal foremen were pouring pennies without pay, as he dreamed about his family in a country far away. But empty-handed promises were all he came to know, with food and tools in short supply and money running low. Though many tried, thousands died, longing to be free, where the wild bluestem grasses grew as far as you could see. And the coming of the railway made the leopards obsolete, what ran along the banks before the digging was complete. But the locks were finally opened and they tied up the cost, with no mention of many lives lost. So bid farewell to famine, it's off to America. Work as a navigator for 90 cents a day, and hope to dig a fortune by the time they reach LaSalle on the Illinois and Michigan Canal. Gone are the locks and the boatyards, the barges and the scows, and the clapboard shacks of Corktown, where the navvies used to house. From Bridgeport to LaSalle and every town along the way, only remnants of that great canal can still be seen today. Neglected through the ages, her water will not flow, where mule teams haul the river boats, now wild poplar grow. Where canaling was a way of life that I might have tried myself, it's stuck buried in the pages, some book upon the shelf. And in the corner of the graveyard in the parish of St. James lies a noble Irish navvy who with Alpine knew these claims, who fled the great Russian just to build himself a home. Now it's the only piece of sod he'll ever own. So bid farewell to famine, it's off to America. Work as a navigator for 90 cents a day, and hope to dig a fortune by the time they reach LaSalle on the Illinois and Michigan Canal. On the Illinois and Michigan
Beautiful. Thank you.
Canal.
Thank you for that request.
You're
Richard
welcome.
thanks you too.
How are we doing on the cookies?
Oh, the
Take a
cookies
look
still
at
got
those
about
cookies.
3.5 minutes to go.
3.5 minutes,
But they're
how are they?
rising. I'm showing a
rising?
picture of here in the oven,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
They're rising, they're looking good, they're turning brown, so.
We don't want to get them too brown now.
I'm not gonna. If the cookies come out during the middle of the song, you keep singing and
Okay.
we'll listen
You'll
and
keep.
let our
I'll
eye-
keep
our
singing.
mouth
You'll
water.
start eating, right?
Yes. I'll try to leave one for you. I have another tray to put in. I don't know if I can hold the camera and put the tray in, but I bet you I can. I'm multi-talented, and as people probably know, I'm always multitasking. But I'm not going to make you multitask. While you're tuning that guitar, I'm going to blabber, because then you don't have to blabber.
You just don't want to hear my
You
dumb
just
jokes.
want-
Both of them.
You just need a sidekick on the stage. Look at that.
This guitar is made by Joann Company.
And it's a 12-string. So
12
it has
string?
a fuller sound.
1985. Got it?
A lot of your favorite songs. Also, let's see, on the 12-string you also do the Great Lakes song, and you do Safe in the Harbor, and you do I Told That Kid 100 Times. You do the White Squall on this. It has emotional sound to it. I'm gonna go look at the cookies because the guitar won't tune while there's a camera on it.
It's kind of there.
All right. This is for Linda. Call in your requests.
By request. Song by Eric Bogle. Have you stood by the ocean on a diamond hot morning, felt the horizon stir deep in your soul? Watch the wake of a steamer as she cuts through blue water, being lit by a fever you just can't control. Throw off the shackles and fly with the seagulls where the green waves go tumbling before driving sea winds, or to lie on the decking on a warm summer's evening, watch the red sun fall burning beneath the earth's rim. To every sailor comes time to drop anchor, haul in the sails and make the lines fast. The deep water dreamer, your journey is over, you're safe in the harbor at last.
I think the cookies are done. Let me look. They might be. Let me tell. Yeah, those cookies are ready to come out. Let's see if I can get it out here.
Now some folks are sailors, but most are just dreamers, held west by the anchors forged in their minds. When their hearts know
Chunks of pineapple showing in there.
sail over deep water to search for a treasure they're afraid they won't
He
find.
knows I'm going to eat all the cookies on that.
So in sheltered harbors, cling to their anchors, bang down the boilers, shut down the steam, and wait for the sailors to return with the treasures, the family dull embers in the fire of their dream. To every sailor comes time to drop anchor, all in the sails and make the lines fast. The deep water dreamer, your journey is over, you're safe in the harbor at last. You're safe in the harbor at Now some folks are schemers who laugh at the dreamers, take the gold from the sailors and turn it to dross. There are men in a prison, women without vision, whose only horizon is profit and loss. So when storm clouds come sailing across sheltered ocean, hold fast to your dreaming, for all that's your word. For as long as there's dreamers, there will always be sailors bringing back their bright treasures from the corners of earth. To every sailor comes time to drop anchor, haul in the sails and make the lines fast. Deep water dreamer, your journey is over, you're safe in the harbor at last. You're safe in the harbor at last. Eric Bogle song. And that's kind of how you make pineapple raisin cookies, folks.
Oh, well, let's see.
Let's see how we're doing.
They look really good. Well, you guys, thanks to everyone for joining us for this cookie baking concert multitasking show. I don't know how to do a selfie, so hopefully you're seeing the top of my head or something. So long, fair winds, and enjoy your time sheltering in place. Be safe and be well.